final presentation of our Dyson Today's Special Value. Now, if you watch QVC regularly, you know Dyson is a repeat performer in the world of best values of the day. And what we're bringing you right now, we can add to the nearly 1 million Dyson home environment products that have already been sold. Now, why is this cute little pinwheel here? Because while it looks like it's not doing anything, our Dyson is not just blowing cool air directly in front of it, it is circulating, multiplying, moving that air. I am walking and walking and walking and walking, and look at that pinwheel go, guys. I've never actually done this. This is really cool. I am far away from it, and it keeps on spinning. That's because folks over on the other side of the room will feel the cool breeze, almost like it's opening up all the air in your room and cooling it off, which is so desperately needed in the hot summer months. I don't know a host here who doesn't already own this. I own 2 of them. It is the AM07, but here's the thing. For most of us hosts, even with our employee discount, we didn't get a price this good. You are getting it at a today's special value price that doesn't just rival the retail value of $369.99, it blows it away. And that over $100 savings off of the retail value expires in 38 minutes. We have 2 color choices remaining on the lowest price ever. It will be the only order of the year, so it doesn't matter if we have any of these remaining. They won't be at a price like this until next year at best, and even that is very unlikely. Last little bit to share with you before we go to these colors, and 14,000 orders. This is customer top rated. An investment appliance with 5-star reviews over and over and over again. It's easy to fall in love with something that was really, really low price to begin with because your expectations are probably lower. When it's an investment, your expectations are and should be high. And time after time after time, customers who have purchased the AM07 have said it performs better than they could have possibly imagined. They're turning off their air conditioner, at least raising the temperature on them, and taking this with them in every room they need it in. Call us if you're one of those. 1-800-395-1601. But in our final presentation, here's what's left. We have it in the black, and we have it sort of in the white. We're down to our final 600 remaining in the white. You're saving $16 on top of all of that with free shipping and handling. And with summer unofficially 1 week away, the timing is perfect. Erica Swineford joins us this evening in the cutest little dress ever.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Thanks for staying up late with us. Mwah.
Sure thing.
I mean, it's a favorite brand of mine. It's a favorite brand of like most of America. But like most of America, I held off on my first Dyson purchase because it was an investment. And ever since then, I go, where has this been? We sleep every single night with this fan on. Even when it's cold outside, we just love the way it circulates the air, even when we have like the heat on. But now that we're looking at summer, opening the windows isn't doing it anymore. And this is what's going to keep us nice and cool.
It is, and I love when I get to present Dyson because well before I was a Dyson, on part of the Dyson team and a presenter for Dyson, I was a Dyson customer. So I was a lover of Dyson because they do things differently. So they take things that we use in our everyday lives, that we need in our everyday lives, and they re-engineer them to make them better. So, you know, all of us when we're hot, what do? We like fan ourselves, right? We pick up a piece of paper, we use our hands, right? We want to feel that cool breeze. And so that's what this is giving us, but doing it in a smooth way that gives you that smooth, continuous air, quiet because it's been designed and engineered to be quiet, oscillating breeze, room-filling breeze because of that huge hoop and the engineering and the bladeless technology. That's what it's all about because it's easy to clean, no blades for little fingers or furry tails to get caught in, and it just works like nothing else you've ever experienced before when it comes to fans.
And I think the key here is rather than, like I know technically we call it an oscillating fan, that really doesn't do it justice. It's the Air Multiplier concept.
Yes.
This idea of, and even in that video too, you saw there was a plant that was, the leaves were moving even across the room. It's one thing to have, and look, I get it when you're first starting out, first home, you're in college, or you buy that cheap box fan, and you just sit yourself in front of it to keep yourself from sweating. That's not good enough. I want the whole room to feel significantly cooler and fresher, like the air feels fresher because of a Dyson oscillating fan.
Yes.
And then there's the whole conversation about, well, if I'm in one room and I only need that room to be cool, why am I paying to turn on the air conditioner for the upstairs that is always hot because heat rises, right? And then there's also the conversation about like really hot areas of the country, and I'm from there. Even when the air conditioner can't keep up, or God forbid it freezes up, and then you need something to keep you cooler, or you're in an RV and you're camping. This is the moment to save a ton of money on a customer top-rated item. Now, 2 things to share with you. We have interest-free special financing if you are shopping with your Q card. 9 months' time turns it into $28 a month. A. B. If you don't have a Q card, we are offering a $50 account credit today for opening one up, which will take this down to an obnoxious $209.99 if you're picking it up today. All right, so where would we like to go next for any demonstrations?
Should we do the fog? Because we were talking about Air Multiplier technology, and this really shows it so well. So we can explain how it works. It pulls in the air at the bottom through these little holes, 360 degrees all around. It takes in that room, and it actually multiplies it, and it sends it out in a smooth, room-filling way. But we can't show you air, but what we can do is we can make it visible air by adding a little bit of fog. So I'm going to hold down this button for just a couple of seconds, and you're going to see that is what happens when you turn on your Dyson Air Multiplier.
Okay, lights are down. Can you do that again?
You get room-filling air, so you don't have to sit right in front of it to feel that breeze. You can feel that cool air no matter where you are in the room.
So that's our visual, because obviously, you know, we can't see the air moving unless we have that smoke. But the camera can only pan back so far before it gets weird. That smoke is moving all the way into the other set that I was in the beginning of our show. And going and going and going. And if you're ever wondering, okay, like what's different from the standard box fan, it's the Air Multiplier technology.
Yes, and this is a little bit of that technology. It's just amazing. It's actually the same technology built into this fan is what is in turbochargers and jet engines. So that's the engineering that you're getting in your Dyson Air Multiplier. It's pulling in that air from the bottom, sending it through this large hoop, because this is one of our large models, our floor model, if you will. You can put it up on a tabletop, but at almost 40 inches high, you're getting all of that air, all of that surface sending out air into your entire room. But no blades, easy to clean, no worries about fingers or tails. You can see you can set it to still or oscillating. It has a sleep timer built in, an easy to use remote, so everything is right on the remote and makes it super simple.
Something I love about Dyson is that like it's so intuitive. You never even have to grab your readers to like read the little fine print on the remote, because if you want to increase or decrease the speed of the fan, you use the little icons here. We all know what a power button looks like if you want it to oscillate back and forth, and then if you want to set the timer. That's everything. And I always say Dyson remotes are the only ones I've never lost, because they have the magnet inside of them and they just sit right on top. And it weighs not, I think,
6.25 pounds.
6 1/4 pounds. So I could take this upstairs, downstairs, cooking in the kitchen. Like the air conditioner's on when it's 95 degrees, right? But that kitchen never seems to get caught up when you're cooking.
Right.
You put it in that room. If you have a son or daughter who's going off to college, please double check that they even have air conditioning. All right, because no, seriously, some of them don't.
Didn't. My couple dorms didn't. No.
And there are lots of states in the union that don't have air conditioning in many of the buildings, because 50 years ago we didn't really need it.
Right, exactly.
And now we do, right? So you know your situation, and if you have wondered what all the hype is about, this is the moment to try it. It makes your room significantly cooler. And also, we have 2 of these going full speed right now. Let's be silent for a moment. I mean, you have to crank it up to 10 if you want the white noise.
Right, if you can, if you even want to hear it. And that's, again, the engineering. So there's actually an acoustic bucket in here that holds the motor to make it quieter, so that you can put it on that highest level of fan and it's not going to disturb you. So everything they've thought of. While we're showing this, I also like to just point this out. Look how small the base is, Jen. So you know, you can tuck this into a corner of the room, and unlike those old huge fans that took up so much space, you can just tuck this away because it's such a small footprint, yet it's room-filling air that you're going to feel,
you know, the Dyson,
no matter where you are.
The Dyson fan, the Dyson heater, the Dyson air purifier are the home environment items that I don't scurry to hide
Yes.
when people come over, because they look beautiful. It's actually a flex.
Yeah.
They look
They
beautiful,
do.
right? And because of how it makes the whole room feel. So I know that there are those of you out there who are thinking, just like I did at one time about the vacuum. Well, I have this other vacuum and I think it's working all right. And then you get the Dyson and you go, oh my gosh, where has this been all my life, right?
Right.
I know that there are those of you out there who are going, but I have a couple of the, like, frankly, inexpensive fans that I picked up at the big box store, and they're okay, right? They're okay, A, if you're sitting directly in front of them and you like hot air moving in your face, right? These are the alternatives and used to be the only ones. And Dyson, I mean, pun very much intended, but I apologize. It just blows them away.
It really does. And so, you know, we start with the box fan here. This is what we all, like you said, we probably had
Grew
this
up
in
with.
college,
Yep.
right? You went and got one when
Or you
you
were
moved
a kid,
into the
you went,
dorm the first weekend.
in
Right, you
front of it,
talked
yeah.
in it and did like the Darth Vader noise. You know, maybe you stuck your fingers in it.
Don't do
You were
that.
really risky. But of course, this is dangerous. It's dirty. You're not going to get it clean. You always are trying to lean it up to get the right angle.
Yes.
And it doesn't oscillate or move. And it's very choppy air because of those blades. And then, of course, we have, you know, maybe the next generation of the oscillating fan that, again, gets filthy. It's very difficult to clean. You have to take the whole thing apart, wash all the pieces or wipe them off.
I don't want my cat getting around that.
Hopefully you get it
Yeah.
put together, right? And you don't want kids, you know, you can still stick their fingers in there. It's very little. And then the ceiling fan. You know, we have ceiling fans in every room of our home. They can be great, but they also get very dirty. You have to get on a ladder, or I stand on my bed sometimes and I dust it, and then all the
yeah,
dust
fall
falls
on the
onto
bed.
my
Yeah.
bed. And the thing about it is, whatever room we have them in, I only feel them. So say my bedroom. I feel it if I'm laying in the middle
Directly
of my
under-
bed.
yes.
But if I go to my desk or if I go over to the chair to read, I don't feel any air at all. So with your Dyson, you pick it up, you take it with you. And if you tuck it into a corner of your room, you're still gonna feel that air
That's right.
everywhere.
You don't have to reposition this 10 times until you find the airflow that somehow makes you and your partner comfortable, or just you comfortable. You set this anywhere and the room around it feels significantly cooler. And not because, like, I don't like when a fan's blowing right in my face and it dries out my contact lenses
Right.
and, you know, and my eyes are watering and the hair is moving around and everything. And then usually it's just warm air to begin with, right? This, when I tell you it's like a supplement to your existing HVAC, but for some areas of the country, you might see that you don't really need to. Like, you're going to go up here in particular, there's going to be a lot of us who go an extra few weeks without ever having to turn on that air conditioner.
Yes, yes.
Because of this.
And today was a perfect example of that. So it was
Very
my
perfect
daughter's
example.
birthday. I made her a
happy
dinner.
birthday.
So yeah, and it, you know, our kitchen got super hot because the oven was running. But it was a beautiful day. I'm not going to turn my air conditioning on, but when we sat down to eat, it was very hot. So what did? We just popped our Dyson on, set it to oscillate, and 9 of us sat there at the table, and it cooled all of us. So we were, you know, enjoying the windows being open and just enjoying that cool breeze. And so if it can keep you from turning your air conditioning on or keep you from cranking it up, this is a great way to, you know.
What about like Father's Day and he's got a, you know,
a man cave?
I was gonna say, like, you know, and he works in the shed. My dad had the shed in the backyard in New Orleans with no air conditioner back there. Dad, I don't know how he did it, right? You have this fan back there, you know, or it's in the, I don't know why or how, it seems like every home I've ever lived in, the master bedroom is the hot one.
Yes,
like,
right?
It always seems to be the hottest room in the house, right? Or you have a loft and all the heat goes up there. I'm not suggesting that you will never turn on your air conditioning. What I am suggesting is that one room or that one time that you need a supplement of cooling, this is going to be the game changer for you. And if there's one thing that we know about Dyson products is that they are almost indestructible, that they last forever. I mean, I have passed on more Dyson vacuum cleaners because I've upgraded than I ever have discarded. I've never discarded any Dyson. They just keep going. And this one comes with a 2-year warranty. We have 2 color choices, but we now have fewer than 500 remaining in the white. Then we have the black. The black is a solid black, but has a gunmetal interior. Both of them look very sleek. And it's so funny how cool it feels both directly in front, but also to the side. When I tell you that it moves all that air around, it's amazing. 350 folks have made this their first QVC purchase today. Thank you.
Yes,
but
thank
also, you probably shopped around, didn't you? And I hope that you do. We only have 25 minutes before that price expires, but for 20